Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of CT Cinema. I'm DCT, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with my guys. Do you understand? To my left, this is Sidekick of all Sidekick. This is Mayor Young,
Yes,
Lawrence
sir.
Young. He doesn't, what'd you say before the show started? You said you call your supporters your constituents.
Yes.
As the mayor.
Yes.
And you call your haters your fans.
Those are my fans, yeah.
Ooh,
Hilarious.
I love it. I love it so much. How are you, man?
I'm fantastic, man. I'm so excited for today's episode.
Same.
And of course, our fantastic guest.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of which, this brother needs no introduction. He is we're doing this like Saturday Night Live. This is his third appearance on the show, most of anybody of all time, and it's not the last.
Oh, it won't be.
Before we even get started.
Won't be.
Ladies and gentlemen, the genius, the producer, the
Yes.
director, the writer,
Yes.
comedian,
Yes.
visionary,
Yes.
Pasadena's own. Ladies and gentlemen, Ken Edwin.
Yes. Ken Edwin in the building.
How are you, man?
Making our job easy.
That's a fact.
I'm just gonna stay here like this.
Yeah, you gotta.
The whole show.
Your mic gotta be in front of you.
I'm just gonna stay here like this the whole show. So wait. I got a question.
Yep.
What movie are we doing again?
So the movie that we're doing today,
Listen, don't be saying stuff like that when I'm drinking.
bro, we are doing one of my favorite movies of all time, Ace Ventura.
Really?
Yes, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, baby.
I had to do this. I had to do
What's
this.
going on?
Uh-oh.
had to
What
do
are you
this.
about to do?
You know it's real when you got to take the button.
Buyout.
Not Finkel! Finkel number 5!
Huh?
What? Why
Oh.
Why do you have that?
I didn't even know they sold
Because I
that.
love this damn movie, huh?
Wow.
What?
Finkel from
Are you wearing that backwards?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm just making sure that that's what's happening.
You had to see that it was Finkel.
I
Bro,
Huh?
that's amazing.
My brother Ray out there. Come on.
Yo.
The Dolphins jersey
Yes.
on backwards.
Yo.
The laces
do me a
were in.
favor. Tell me, and the people who are watching. First of all, before we even get started, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh my
as you
God.
already know, the super chats are wide open. The super chats, the show's paid for by viewers like you. Appreciate all of you guys' hard-earned money and donations to the show.
Thank you.
It's helping us grow. It is helping so much.
Yes.
Money goes on the screen. $10 or more, you get your comment on the screen. We appreciate it all. $20 or more, we give you some of our favorite movie moments or movie quotes from other
Mhm.
movies of all time. For outrageous amounts, which we seem to continue to get, and thank you for, $40 or more, we will give you our own, actually our guest will give you our own style of award show speech of a thank you that you choose. So when you get that super chat, you tell him what style of award show speech you want, and he will give it to you. In the meantime, it is time to talk about Ace Ventura. Tell the people.
All right. So, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, is the story of Ace Ventura, who gets hired to find a missing dolphin who is the mascot for the actual NFL team, the Dolphins. And without spoiling anything, because I know we're going to go into it, like hijinks ensue.
That's the perfect word. Speaking of hijinks, James Watkins gave a super chat on last week's episode during the live premiere.
Thank you,
and
James.
says, loved this episode. Definitely need CB4 and Fear of a Black Hat.
Oh,
These are possibilities.
CB4. Oh my!
CB4 is
Have you
fire.
ever seen CB4?
Of course.
Yeah.
I don't know what you have and
That's a
haven't
good
seen.
point.
Goddamn!
That's-
I don't know. You surprise me every other week. Where I'm like, what? I don't know.
Bro, that's a great point. You're absolutely right. I have never seen Fear of a Black Hat though. I've seen like a beginning of it. This is how much I saw.
The beginning.
I saw the beginning of
Why?
it after I saw CB4, and I was like, CB4 is low key better than this, and I stopped.
Oh, okay. I
But
got you.
I heard. I think
yeah.
Fear of a Black Hat came first, right?
Yeah, it did.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
I hear that.
So it's unfortunate.
I hear
But
that.
so movie starts off
Yes.
with Jim Carrey, the brilliance of Jim Carrey.
Mhm.
He's posing as a delivery driver
Mhm.
with this box, this package full of glass. He's breaking the glass.
100%.
As he's going towards the person he's delivering it to.
HDS.
HDS.
Which I'm hoping. I just assume is home delivery service?
That could be it.
I don't know though.
You know,
Yeah.
we
But you know, it's a UPS knockoff.
You know, so he gets to the brother's door. Brother answers the door. He's got the dog, and he's like, "Hey, sign for this." And he signs for it. Ace is like, "Can I pet your dog?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't care." Pets the dog, and he's like, "Oh, that's fine, sir. I'll finish up here. Have a great day." Leaves. We find out that Ace has stolen this dog.
Yes.
And now he's in his car that won't start.
Yes.
And immediately, this man has caught up to him.
Yes.
That's the shocking part to me.
Well, but I think you have to at least mention the fact that he left like a dog replica.
He left a stuffed dog.
Right. Like literally like a version of that dog that was like just like a little, I guess like I said, a little stuffed dog
That said,
at the door.
You've been had.
And the dog was just sitting at the door.
He's
He's like, "Get over here." He just looked up at the door like this.
I feel like that's the funniest part because it's like a very lifelike version of that dog.
Yes.
If you don't like walk up to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like if you're just looking at it at the door, you're like, "Oh, why is he just sitting at the door still?"
Yeah.
You would be cool, but the dude was like, "Hey, come over here," and it didn't come, so he got angry. I guess I don't know.
Here's the wild part, Ken Edwin.
Come on
now. This month, I started out. This is the first episode of the month, and I said, you know what? I want to do my favorite movies, some of my favorite movies this month.
Right.
So I was like, Ken, can you watch Ace Ventura? And he was like, can I watch it?
Yeah.
So
I was born for this.
Bro, this movie's one of my favorites. After he gets the dog, he gets away safely. He goes to the woman.
Gets that toppy.
He goes to the woman. We find out that she's the ex-girlfriend of the guy. The guy tried to steal the dog after the relationship was over.
Right.
And she says, "Can I thank you?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." Drops to her knees, bro.
Yes.
And this is the brilliance of Jim Carrey. He's swinging from the ceiling beam.
Yeah.
As she's like giving him a favor.
Oh,
Yes.
dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, this is what I realized. This was not a children's movie. You understand?
Okay, I was okay.
This is an adult movie.
So this is the thing.
Yeah.
Because I think it's still a kid's movie because there's so much like lost in translation there.
I hear
You know what I'm
that.
saying? Except for like, you know, when they're like in bed and stuff is going on.
Yeah.
But like that, even that, like if you're a kid and you're watching that, you're like, oh, she's helping him take off his pants.
That's what I thought as a kid.
That's hilarious.
And then his act out is so crazy.
People are
You don't
really
even think about it.
over here.
He's amazing.
He's the
He's
greatest.
amazing.
And this is Jim Carrey. This is 1994 Jim Carrey.
Right.
Yes.
This is Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. This is The Mask. This is
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
In 1 year.
Yeah.
That does not happen.
Like- all happened in 1
peak
year?
version of
1
this
year.
Jim Carrey.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
This is Jim just getting started, bro. You
I thought
understand me?
the mask came later.
This is all the same year.
It's
Ace Ventura was
literally
first.
in that same year.
Wow.
I know,
I
it's
think,
crazy.
Wait, I think Dumb and Dumber came first, then Ace Ventura, then The Mask. And if you're in the comments, do me a favor and tell me the order
Yeah.
of that.
Because I
Also,
don't know what the order is, but it is all that same year.
Yeah, and if you're watching this as the premiere, do me a favor. If you are given a super thanks, you will be thanked on the next episode. With that said, the movie continues. Ace goes home. He goes to his apartment building, and
That's
he
amazing.
he walks past. You just Googled it?
I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Before you go, I do need to point this out.
Go ahead.
I feel like if we've had anybody that was able to be themselves or be their full comedy performance ability, if we were able to put that in a movie, it's these movies that he did.
Absolutely.
Like there's nothing that like everybody else, like even if you think of Eddie Murphy, right? You think of Eddie Murphy, you think of all the like you think of Dr. Dolittle, you think of I'm talking about the movies that like, oh, that's Eddie being Eddie.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like the Clumps.
Right.
You're like, oh wow, this is him doing his
This is a
Eddiness.
showcase of him giving the world what he is.
And even that is still like he's in these characters, being these characters. With this character in Ace Ventura, there is no limit.
No limit.
He's everywhere.
Yes.
And it all works.
Bro, Jim Carrey this is the difference, and this is the conversation that I always have with myself that I get a chance to talk out loud to people about.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Carrey and Robin Williams, very similar,
Yeah.
right? But this movie and what you just said made me realize the stark difference. The
Mm.
stark difference between Jim Carrey and Robin Williams is Jim was way more physical.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Robin Williams, his physicality came from his voice and
Yes.
his energy,
Yeah.
and he would be physical,
Yeah.
but it was not like Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey
Yeah.
is like Plastic Man.
Yeah.
100%. Like Jim, like Robin Williams is physical within whatever role he's playing,
Right.
Yeah.
and Jim Carrey is legitimately like slapstick.
Yes.
Like,
But
you don't even think he doesn't even feel like a real person half the time.
Facts.
So, and another thing too,
Yep.
like, because he's coming from a living color,
Mhm.
right?
Fire Marshal
And-
Bill.
And we're
Right.
we know.
We know.
Remember when he was She-Ra?
Of course.
Like whatever he does, it's like, all right, this man is gonna go there.
Mhm.
He's gonna be there. He's the DeBarge thing is going around when he was
Oh.
DeBarge.
Can I see
What
what
today?
today? Oh, yeah. Can I see what today?
I really want to see your titties, girl.
It's too funny.
Yeah.
And it's like that wasn't even a Great Depression, but it was
Bro.
hilarious.
Right.
But that goes to show, man. And I look at situations like that. And shout out to the Wayans family. Shout out to Keenan Ivory.
Of
Shout out
course.
to the Wayans
Mhm.
in
100%.
general. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth
Yes.
generation.
Yeah.
The Wayans saw something in Jim Carrey, and he always gives them their props.
He does.
Mhm.
He
for
does.
seeing him, right?
Right.
And giving him the shot.
Right.
Yeah.
Because now we can see Jim Carrey be celebrated all over the world.
Of course.
For sure.
And get to host SNL.
Right.
sure.
But SNL didn't want Jim Carrey.
Exactly.
Mm.
And
Exactly.
boy, were they wrong.
Right.
Because now he's hosted the show, what, 5 or 6 times
Right.
and demolished every single time. But in Living Color,
Right.
Wayans brothers are like, nah, this guy's it.
Exactly.
Imagine being that great. That one of the greatest shows don't want you. It's like, you know what? This might be too much for us.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's wild.
Talk
to
about
think.
imagine. I live it every audition.
Hey. Hey.
Hey, speak that truth, CT. Speak
I
that
was-
truth,
I
brother.
mean, I wasn't gonna say it about me, but you know what I'm saying? It just happens.
Man.
It happens.
I can see it in both of you. Though.
I mean,
100%. I can see it.
The greatness. And sometimes it's not for them to see the greatness because just because it fits doesn't mean it works.
Mm,
That's fair.
Right? So if you
Wow.
a square piece fitting into a square, don't mean that you're supposed to be there, bro.
Right,
You can
right.
cut a banana into the size of a pizza if you really smush it down
Right,
and
right.
pack it and make it. It's not gonna make it a
For
slice
sure.
of pizza.
It's
So
true.
anyway, bro, so he goes to his apartment building and he picks up this large leaf
Oh,
to walk past his
dude.
his landlord's
Dude.
apartment, and it works.
Wait a
the
minute.
landlord don't see him.
What you don't notice is he does this every day.
I swear
Right.
to God, I was about to say
I
that.
did notice.
He
Yes.
throws the leaf down on top of
A pile of the leaves. And it's such an amazing detail.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
works
I love
every
it.
time. And then again,
Mm-hmm.
Ace be getting caught up too quick.
Too quick.
The landlord popped right behind him. They have rent, and it's like, hey,
Yeah.
I thought the disguise
Yeah.
worked. His name is Mr. Shikadance.
Yes. And,
Classic.
and did you notice that he was the man from
Breaking Bad. Yep.
Of
Huh?
course.
Blew up Los Hermanos. Blew him up.
Blew up Los Hermanos.
Ain't never been young. No, he never been young.
No, I agree. I agree.
Never been
He
young.
ain't never been young.
It feels like
Him
he
and
was that
Morgan-
age the
him and
entire
Morgan Freeman.
time. Like we're waiting for the baby picture with him,
Yeah.
and he looked just like that. I
Yeah,
agree.
him and Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman,
Uh-huh.
Sam Jackson,
Come on now.
Tracy Ullman,
Come on. Keep going. Keep going.
Sherman Hemsley.
Yes.
Who else ain't never been
Damn.
young in the face?
Ron Isley.
Ron Isley ain't never been young.
Yeah, he was a werewolf when he was 12.
Wait, what? what did you
If
say?
you look at old pictures of Ronald
Ron
Isley,
Isley was a werewolf at
he looked like a
12?
werewolf. Look at him. Look at Who's That Lady. Just look
Who's
up them
that
saying Who's that lady when he's young, or Shout when he's singing Shout. Look at it. He looked like a werewolf.
You know what? It was those pork chops.
You see what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right.
You see what I'm saying?
Ron Isley has always had an old face.
A very old face.
If you look at Ron Isley, with all due respect, he's a legend. I love Ron
Of
Isley.
course he is.
Yes.
Ron Isley kind of looked like a pug. If you really,
So this is
The dog?
So I
He
thought,
looks
I,
like
thought,
a pug.
I thought Sam Jackson was the pug,
What?
okay, this is
Wait,
interesting.
Wait,
or one of those little
Listen.
Frenchies.
listen.
He's a
Listen.
Frenchie.
Jackson's a
What
Frenchie.
I'm going to ask
Ronald's
you
the
all to
pug.
stop doing right now is to stop calling these legends these dog breeds. We're gonna just can we just stop it?
He said Sam Jackson is a Frenchie. Hey, yo. Hey.
What? Listen, if you want more moments like this, please go ahead and hit us with the super chats. Jump onto the Patreon.
Yes.
CT is dope. Like, come on. Like,
You know what?
this.
Lawrence, you said a lot of things, but you didn't say we was wrong.
I asked you to stop. I asked you to stop. I want that on the record.
Bro, so let's move on to the
Okay,
movie.
so what kind of Doberman do you think they look
Hey,
like?
hey!
Okay, never mind.
Ace Ventura.
Go ahead.
So the Dolphins mascot, Snowflake, has been kidnapped,
Yeah.
right?
I'm so mad this dolphin is called Snowflake.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Podactor? Roger Podactor.
Yeah.
And Courtney Cox's character, Melissa, are trying to figure out what's going on with Snowflake. How can they get him back? And they talk to the receptionist, Martha, and she's like, well, you know, when I lost my cat, we hired a pet detective.
Yeah.
And Podactor's like, oh, what?
Yeah.
All right, a pet detective. And then he's like, yeah, all right. They call Ace because Ace is trying to get this white bird.
Yeah. 25,000 worth.
25 grand, right?
25 grand.
Falls off top of the building. Gets the beeper. He gets the beep from Martha.
You got to get that beat.
Gotta get that beep.
Yes. Yeah, 911. I got you.
911. So now he goes to the station, figure out we got our introduction to Tone Loc.
Yes.
We find out that Ace Ventura is now on the case. Tone Loc is there. And this is Jim Carrey talking through his butt, bro.
Yes.
Right.
Can I ask you a couple questions?
Do you have a mint?
That is genuinely funny to
Perhaps
me.
some banana?
Hilarious.
Bro.
Like, there's nothing that he can do that's like off limits.
None.
Like, that man is amazing.
He's
Like,
truly amazing.
we'll get to that, but there's only one other person that can do stuff like that today. And I'm not gonna say yet.
You're not
I'm
gonna
not gonna say
say
it yet because we're gonna try to recast this movie, and I think this person should do it.
You know, I
that's
love it.
crazy.
I can't wait to hear your pitch.
Come on now.
Because
do
I'm
it.
shooting it down.
Come on now.
So fast forward, Ace is on the case. Now we're getting introduced to all the characters. We get a chance to see Aquato. He's the officer that's assigned this case.
Yeah.
He's not doing it no justice because they don't respect what Ace Ventura does.
Mhm.
Right? He tries to throw a punch at Ace. Ace reverses it. After he's killed a cockroach, puts Aquato's face right next to the roach.
Right.
We get a chance to meet Lieutenant Einhorn.
First, he had to establish a motive.
Ooh!
The killer saw the size of the bug's penis. Insanely jealous.
Bro.
It's rough when someone said you have a roach penis.
Man.
Then I had to lose 30 pounds. Parking his wife. Come on.
Jim Carrey. And let me also
Now kiss
say,
and makeup.
the length of this movie was so perfect.
It's
They
legit.
got in.
It's not
and
even
they
an
got
hour
out.
and a half.
It's barely an hour and a half. They literally made it quick enough. They gave you everything you needed. Was no fat on the screen whatsoever.
Yeah.
So now let's fast forward. Jim, aka Ace Ventura, gets with Melissa to be like, all right, well, look, I need you to come with me so I can discover. I feel like Ron Camp, the billionaire, has Snowflake. They go to his house. He goes to the bathroom.
Yeah.
He cuts through the bathroom window to get to Ron Camp's fish tank.
Right.
His large Olympic-sized fish tank.
Right.
This is the brilliance of Jim Carrey. The Mission Impossible music is on.
Yes.
Before Tom Cruise can even use it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
He's doing a Mission Impossible thing to sneak over the gate, right, about to land into the water, goes down, scales it, jumps back over.
Right.
Unnecessarily opens the door.
Right.
He could have just walked inside this room.
Right.
But this is Jim Carrey using real estate, bro.
Yes.
Goes in there, gets in the tank. He's trying to feed the fish. Be like, all right, cool.
Here's
I got you, Snowflake. Snowflake. It's a great white shark.
Right.
That's not Snowflake. Falls in the tank.
Right.
Gets attacked by the shark.
Which is crazy.
Comes out. He turns his suit into a short set. Bro, Jim Carrey is making people believe that he's been in the bathroom and there's been like a pipe explosion.
Yeah.
Do not go in there.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh my God. Tell me which scene, before we continue, is one of you guys' favorite scene from this film?
I'll go.
Yeah.
The Roger Predactor suicide scene. That's one of my favorite scenes.
Yes. Oh, don't even go into it yet. Give me yours.
Wait, okay.
Upstairs
yeah.
in the condo.
Yeah.
Got you. Damn, what is my favorite scene from this joint? Like,
can I give you some lines?
there are a lot of good lines.
Give it to me.
Amazing lines.
Yeah.
When he found out Einhorn was who Einhorn was.
Oh, jeez.
And he's chewing the gum and he's sticking all the gum in
Yeah.
his and he goes, "Your gun is sticking in my help." I still use for no reason when Dan says, "Hey, Ace, you got any of that gum?" He's like, "That's none of your damn business." And I appreciate you staying out of my personal affairs.
I know
I
it's one of
use
your
that.
favorite lines right
Hear
there.
you, bro. I
do
use it.
know.
Do you know another one of my favorite lines? Because I actually wrote down, you ever be saying a line or quotes from a movie so much that you don't even realize or remember where they came from?
Yes.
Right.
Bro,
Absolutely.
let me tell you the quotes that I say in my everyday life that I'd be like, oh man, I didn't even remember that's where I got this from. The first is like a glove.
Right.
Right.
I used to think it said like glove.
Like glove.
When I was a kid, I thought he said like glove.
Bro,
It
the
worked.
second one is I'm in Psychoville and Finkel's the mayor.
Yes.
I always say somebody's name and I replace with the mayor.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, come on, Tangerine, cook the food. You the best and I'm the mayor. It's just, it always works. My third is I have exercised the demons.
That joint, like,
This
and I that's one of my favorite lines of this movie as well.
loser.
And of course, Alrighty Then. But Alrighty Then was so popular. You're like,
Ubiquitous.
all right.
Yeah.
Bro,
Absolutely.
I love this movie so much. When they get to, we find out that Roger Predactor has offed himself from jumping off of his 22nd floor condo level, and he's out of the game, right?
Like a love post. It said post OJ.
Was this post OJ?
It's post OJ.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like a glove.
Right.
Yeah. Does it fit?
Does it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great point. I was a child. I wasn't paying attention to the OJ thing, but you're absolutely right. No, I didn't
you
even know
weren't
what was
from here
going on.
either.
Yeah, I wasn't from LA.
That's true too.
We were pissed off here.
Really?
Oh my god.
100%.
Wow.
No cartoons
Right.
for at least however many weeks that trial was.
Yeah.
I'm talking you got home,
100%.
the OJ trial was on. You like, where is DuckTales? Okay. Like, what's going on here?
And then when the verdict came in, they burnt up the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Heard about that?
No. I was like, that's the gas station where I fill my bike tires.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
Bro, so I missed a very important part of this. Ace Ventura, while on the case of trying to find Snowflake, he goes into his tank at the Dolphin Stadium. He finds a piece of amber.
Yes.
He's like, oh, what is this? This is an interesting piece of jewel.
Yeah.
Figures out that this belongs to one of the 1984 AFC championship rings that the Dolphins won.
Right.
So he looks at a picture of all the Dolphin players, and now he goes on a montage to try and figure out which Dolphin ring carrier is missing this piece of amber.
Right.
Yeah.
And in each of these montages, he's doing something that is too difficult and stupid when he could just ask to see a ring.
Right.
He's running alongside one player on the track.
Keith Byers, I think his name was.
He's also driving alongside another player, road raging, trying to get him to give him the bird.
Just so he can look at it.
Right.
Just so he can look at it.
Right.
Then you got another player.
Yeah.
He goes in the bathroom and tries to look at his hand while he's peeing.
Yeah.
And the look on his face, he's like,
yeah.
And the player is like,
and then chases him out.
Chases him out.
There it is.
This whole thing is so unclear. He went into the shower, winded the towel up.
Oh my God.
Bink popped
Just to
my
get
guy on the
Bondo.
backside.
Yeah.
Just so he could get punched in the face. He posed for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Looked in the mirror. Like this. These are the things that are small details, but major.
Major details.
Come to find out, Ace is striking out. He's like, man, I'm so mad. I talked to everybody.
Yeah.
Come to find out, he's looking at a wrong picture. When they're in Roger Predactor's office,
Mhm.
he sees an updated picture with a new player,
Yes.
Ray Finkel.
Right.
Yes.
Ray Finkel got added mid-season,
Right.
and he is the disgrace of the team because he lost and he did not get. He's the reason that they lost the Super Bowl.
Right.
He missed the kick.
Right.
He's the kicker,
Yeah.
and he blames Dan Marino
Yes.
for the fact that he didn't get a chance to win the game because it was supposed to be laces out,
Indeed.
Yes.
and Dan Marino had the laces in.
And
Indeed.
you're always supposed to have the laces out.
Always, it's laces out,
Laces out.
right?
Laces don't go inside the shoe, guys.
It is
a
a
fact.
great it's
well
a
said.
great moment where they have him like recognize that though, because it just kind of goes to show again, which they've been showing throughout the movie at this point, that like Ace Ventura isn't just a bumbling fool.
Yeah.
And from what I've learned, I'm like, that's like something that Jim Carrey like actually brought to the role.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like they were trying to have him be like more of a bumbling kind of guy, and they're like, no, this is not luck. This guy's actually good
killing the
at what he
game.
does. He
Yeah.
just is unconventional.
And he's
Yeah.
checking everybody.
But the fact that he can like look at a random picture, like just a glance,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and be like, who's that guy?
Who's that guy?
Yeah.
In a whole roster of people
Yeah.
where we're like, hey, like that, there's one person that added
Yeah.
and be like, who's that? And then they have to go ahead and do
You
that.
know
That's
what?
amazing.
To have this conversation, because we're talking about Ace Ventura, we got to talk about it. I, as a kid, and I've only seen the movie once,
Mhm.
I, as a kid, did not rock with Ace Ventura 2 when Nature Calls.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you
Oh,
why.
Very few people
do not
Here's
start
the
no
thing.
fight up in here.
The reason
Oh.
why
You rock with Ace Ventura too?
is because I love Jim Carrey, but I also loved Ace Ventura Pet Detective so much. And you know why? It's the same reason I love DC Comics. DC stands for Detective Comics.
right.
I love mysteries. I love when
Mm.
somebody's solving a crime.
Interesting.
So when you see Ace Ventura When Nature Calls,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, great, this is going to be a new case.
right.
It was.
But it wasn't. It wasn't remotely similar. Not that it has to be similar to the Snowflake case, but I think I went into it as a kid with expectations
Mm.
of a similar film, like rinse and repeat.
Okay, so this is the deal.
Mm.
They hit us with something different, which made the story, it made you stick with the story more.
Yeah.
So if I'm going into thinking like, all right, this is Bad Boys,
Right.
right? I don't want them looking for the same people. I don't
Right.
want them to go through the same things. So they kept it like, all right, he loves animals. Let's put him in Africa.
Mhm.
Let's steal a bat, that's this sacred bat that's from this that these people worship.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Let's do that. Let's raise the stakes. He's scared of bats. You know what I'm saying? It's just all the things. All the things. It just makes it better,
Hey.
man.
I think we know what we need to review the next time Ken Edwin comes.
It ain't
Oh,
gonna
we
be Ace
definitely-
Ventura 2.
It's a really good
CT has
movie.
put
It
the
tracks.
kibosh on
It
it
tracks.
already.
I think what they did with Ace Ventura 2 was they added a grip of obstacles for him.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it's easy to figure out, okay, who did this, who did whatever, but they did the same type of things. He went to a party.
I'll watch it again.
He went
Because
to a party just like this party.
the only thing I remember from that movie is him being birthed out that rhino's backside.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, it's
And
a
I
lot
was
of funny
like,
stuff.
I-
You don't remember
wow.
him fighting Tommy Davidson?
Vaguely.
Bro, watch the movie
That's how long
as
it's
a
been.
grown
And I was
person,
like,
bro.
this is not. And I was
Yeah.
a kid. And you know, kids love everything. I was like, I didn't like that. I didn't like Batman and Robin. I was like, oh, this is
Oh, that was
Well,
crazy.
Batman and Robin
That
is
was
not a
crazy.
good movie.
Bad
That's crazy.
movie.
When you watch this movie, it kind of tracks once you get older and you kind of see
Interesting.
how movies work. It's a
Interesting.
way better movie than people think.
So
Oh.
back to Ace Ventura.
Back to Ace Ventura, another moment in the condo that I enjoyed.
That is good stuff.
Bro.
Double proof sound play glass. Yeah. Yeah.
Double pane soundproof glass
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is why, because the neighbor couldn't hear him. All righty.
Yeah.
Bro.
He said, "Can you feel it?"
Yeah.
I have exercised the demons. Look, so wait.
This room is clear.
I gotta give you one from When Nature Calls.
Go
right?
ahead.
So there's a part where he passes out because they
Okay.
shot him with all these darts.
All right.
Right?
I
So
do
he's
remember
running. They shot him with all these darts. He passes out. The people come. They take him to the West Day. He sleep. In his sleep, he starts talking. And he was like, "Oh, I do declare, Mr. Bonacal, you are my hero." And he wakes up and everybody's sitting there looking at him. He's like, "Was I talking in my sleep?"
Oh my God.
gotta watch the movie, man.
Bro, I
you will
love
crack
Jim.
up. You will crack up watching just his physical humor, just
Yeah.
like how he is.
Yeah.
Everything is funny that this man does.
He's
There's
the
no
best.
way. There's no way you watch that movie and be like, this isn't funny.
Jim Carrey's never let me down.
Except,
No, I was a kid. That's the only reason I'm giving it a grade on the scale.
okay.
Because I was a
okay.
child. So
Okay,
I would
okay.
have to watch it again before I can make my reserved judgment. But I do know
Yeah.
I've seen Ace Ventura at least 105 times compared to When Nature Calls.
It's one of my favorite movies, man.
I love it, bro.
It's the reason why I can low key get girls. You know
Really?
What?
Because I do like. Remember when he's talking to her, and first of all, let's bring back white women with this soccer mom bob.
Oh,
that she
yeah.
had.
That's Soccer Mom Bob.
Come on now.
She had that Soccer Mom Bob.
It was doing it.
Mom Bob. She
It
had
was
that
doing
Soccer Mom
the soccer mom bob.
Yeah.
Bob. Yeah.
Okay, I was with it. I'm like, okay,
Like
Courtney.
that. Big hair, small body.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Big
like
hair, small.
Yes.
body.
That was prime time Courtney.
Because that's the thing.
That's pre-friends.
Yeah.
Right?
Pre-friends.
Yeah.
Because what happens is they already small.
Yeah.
So they ain't got a lot of big
Mm-mm.
stuff working for them.
No.
They ain't thick where they need to be, but they got that hair.
Got that hair.
So you make that head a little bit bigger and you think like, oh, wow, let me
She
get
got
some of that
more body.
head.
I
was thinking, you said what?
You said what? You said what?
They had a scene where now after Ace is like, all right, bet. Well, let's go find Ray Finkel. And he's like, you need to come out of, you can't be alone tonight
Right.
because there's a killer on the loose. Like,
Right.
you can't be like so. She's like, well, what should we do? And he was like,
And then that's when we figure out that, so, and this is another thing about this movie. It's
Yeah.
so ahead of its time.
it is.
Who knew that animals are voyeurs?
They were all watching.
You know what I'm saying?
They were all
They
watching.
they were like, yes.
That bird was going back and
Yes.
forth like,
So
Get your thing in, huh?
are we saying that we know that's a thing today, or why is that ahead of its time?
Let me ask you a question.
talk to him, Kim.
Have you ever partook with the animal around?
I don't think I have.
Nobody had a dog or a cat
Nobody had a
when it was
dog?
going on?
Nothing like that?
Not
Oh,
in
good
the
for you.
same room.
All right.
Okay. Have you?
Come on, brother.
What do they do?
Animal Kingdom. You
What do they
understand? They be like,
Hey, watch it.
Is this like because like studios or what? Like why does that happen?
what are you
Like,
talking
What
about?
do you mean?
Like a studio apartment? Like why can't they
so
be in a
you
different room?
you gonna kick the dog out if it's time to get ready? You just ain't gonna dig in there.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna kick the dog out personally, but somebody probably will, right? Like no,
Still
I
watching
mean,
the
if-
episode. I need you to do me a favor. Hit the like.
no.
On the
Oh,
video.
okay, everybody's about. Okay, I didn't realize.
If anything,
What if they jump on the bed? What happens then? They get to participate.
no, that's when you stop.
Oh,
gotta stop.
that's
You're
when.
like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
whoa.
I
We
think-
don't do the bitch yet.
I think you're trying to get some.
I'm just saying, like now the dog confused. He's like, I
Yeah.
thought I was a part of this.
Yeah.
They turned this into
Look, I feel like you sending mixed messages.
they turned this into a 2 1/4 or something that I don't want.
I'm not a
okay?
part of it.
You know what I'm saying? Especially little dogs, because they're gonna jump on that bed and try to get something.
Man.
And it's like, hey, back up. Come on now.
Ace shows up to
digging in your
Collier
mama.
County. Ace shows up to Collier County.
The thickie. Did you see the thickie at 11:51? Yes or no?
The extra?
Yes.
No.
Please go to 11:51 and look at that thickie.
I will. The moment the show is
She's
over.
like she's Chipotle thick.
You know what? Brilly might find it and put it in as you're describing it.
Please.
Okay. 11:51.
Please. 11
now we gotta go back and look.
11:51. She is thicker than a Snicker. Like, come on now.
Wow.
Like I was looking at her like, what is going on in the 90s?
Bro.
I will dig into that. And she had a little bit of that back. So
Oh,
she
the
knows
macaroni and cheese back
Yeah.
arm. I like that.
yeah.
I know she can
So
cook.
you know she cooking after you. You know what I mean?
I
She
like
gonna
that.
tuck you in, and she gonna cook you out.
She gonna cook you out. Then
Tuck you in and cook you out.
Ace goes to Ray Finkel's parents' house, knocks on the door. His father, yeah, what you want? Yeah, looking for Ray Finkel? Puts the shotty,
The
in his
shotty.
face and a clean pair of shorts.
Everything he does is hilarious.
We're watching him be crowned in
Yes.
this movie. We're watching him arrive.
Yes.
This movie was so. This is the moment where you got to tell me, before we even get to the ending, who are you recasting
Ooh.
as Ace Ventura?
Can you think of anyone?
to do the role of Ace Ventura?
Nope.
Can you think of anyone?
Only person I can think of is older Jim Carrey.
Older Jim Carrey.
That's
So
it.
like legit, like let the time lapse
The time
happen.
went by, he's
Oh,
still
that's
a pet detective.
crazy.
I would keep him there.
I don't even think Jim Carrey would do it though, right?
He said if it's a good enough script, he'll do some of his sequels.
I think what I would do is I would cast him as somebody that's training somebody to be this pet detective. That was wild, right?
Okay.
There's only one person that's wild enough, crazy enough that can get away with everything.
Who's that?
Drewski.
Drewski.
You're out of control.
Talk to me,
You think
Drewski. And then what you do is you make his love interest be like Keke Palmer or something. You know what I'm saying? So now Drewski got to have a scene digging it. You know what I'm saying?
okay, you know what? Just because you did that, now we have to do the thing that we do when you are here. And that is now
Come on.
Drewski.
right
Drewski.
the story of how the next Ace Ventura movie would go. I'm gonna go first. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Okay.
With Drewski.
Drewski is not in this movie.
Come on, Drew.
Drewski can be in the movie, but
Think
he's
about
not
the
gonna be a pet
cameos that can
detective.
come out. You can have
No.
Kevin Hart come out and do
No.
some stuff. Drewski
I
is
don't.
Ace Ventura.
I don't want another Hollywood movie or TV show where they start relying on these super big cameos. I want the story to be good. I'm gonna tell you right now what the story is.
Mm-hmm.
Ace Ventura. It's been 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What ends up happening is some millionaire gets into a big argument or they're facing some kind of scandal and all of their possessions have started to be repossessed, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And one of this person's animals, let's say a horse,
Okay.
has been taken.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, yo, I know that the government has this, taxes got that. Where's my horse?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, we didn't take the horse. Then who took the horse?
Yeah.
Now we got to find a way to get this horse back. They got the police. The police say, there used to be a guy that was good at finding people's pets, but I don't even know if he's still around anymore. Or maybe he
Boom.
died. I heard the last time I heard he was out in Africa somewhere.
Sure.
They're like, well, what was his name? Let's look him up. And we find Ace.
Drewski. Okay. Go ahead.
We find Ace. Actually, you know, he's he's probably working in a Home Depot
Mhm.
because the cases have slowed down,
Yeah.
but he's been sneaking animal stuff out of there.
He is
Maybe he's
hilarious.
working at a PetSmart or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And then
I love the idea of
they get in touch with him like, hey,
PetSmart.
we've been trying to find you. We heard that you're good at finding animals. He's
Mhm.
like, that was a different life.
yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you know, if you're interested, there's $500,000 in it. Tell me more, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So then at that point, he goes home. He's considering it, opens his closet, finds the crazy shirt and the pants,
Come on now.
grabs his comb,
Mm-hmm.
gets his hair back to how it was.
Mhm.
He's back in the game,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now he goes on a search to
Mhm.
see where this horse actually is.
Okay.
And he uncovers that basically the person who got their horse kidnapped is the person who kidnapped their own horse for the insurance money because they already owed money to the government and their taxes. And this is how they get a chance to get some of the money back because of insurance fraud.
So your Ace Ventura like next movie would literally be just
Ace
Jim
Ventura.
Carrey,
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey as Ace Ventura, but
That'd be
just
fire.
older.
And at the most, we could say that Courtney gave him a kid that doesn't even mess with him because the kid thinks the dad is weird. She doesn't
Mm.
like animals.
And
or
that
he
can be
doesn't like
Drewski.
I
animals.
mean, yeah.
Courtney Cox and Ace Ventura's son is
Has
Drewski.
Drewski. Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Here's the thing.
She was definitely cheating on him with one of the Miami players, possibly Jason Taylor.
Here's what I would
Huh?
do. If I'm going to go the route
Channing
That's
Crowder.
too funny.
Channing Crowder is Drewski's father.
if I'm going to go the route
Come
of him
on.
having a son that is black, I'm going to say Desi Banks.
Drewski.
I'm going to just say that.
You want to know why? You want to know why Drewski is the move? Because one,
he had
he
black
did, he
sons.
did have
but
black
he was
sons,
Iranian.
but that was me. Yeah. Well, what he was doing was sucking on that titty. And
Oh
He
my
fucked that titty up.
Different
I'm
movie
sorry.
right now. We got a couple of
Um,
super chats.
yeah.
Throw them up on the screen.
do it.
But no, Drewski's the guy because Drewski's if you look at people that can get away with stuff, and he's somebody that can act a little bit.
Mhm.
He probably hasn't like been in like big movies like that, but if you write the right script, You make that script great for him. You give Ace a cameo, not even a cameo, a situation.
No. Now you're trying to minimize.
What
Ace.
I'm saying is, you give him a situation to where Ace has to come and help, or Ace has to come and like, he's a different type of Ace. He's not him. He's Drewski.
This is why
he's wild. He's crazy. He's
Desi has
doing
characters.
the white thing. He's jumping. He's diving and trying to tackle alligators. He's doing stuff like it's like, bro, what are you doing?
Desi has characters. It would fit more. Anyway, let me go to the super chats. Michael Bickham, $10. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Michael Bickham.
Ken is out of
Appreciate you.
control. These are facts.
Always.
Go to the next one. Michael Bickham back to back says, great impression, CT, $10.
There it is.
Man.
Thank you so much.
Also, guys, I've been seeing the memberships blow up because these clips are blowing up. I need you guys to share them to your stories. Continue to tag CT Cinema Reviews. You know, I want to thank you guys if you guys are able to join the Patreon. It's patreon.com/CTisDOPE. With that said, I want to also extend this. We have movie nights. We have movie nights on Patreon once a month. I would love for you guys to be a part of it. And there are 2 pages that will be tagged in this video that I need you guys to subscribe to expand the CT Cinema Reviews universe. Now, as you were about to say, good brother?
I think he's a better choice than Desi Banks.
You're a Drewski fan. That's fine. Drewski's hilarious. He's
you know what? I'm not. It's not just that I'm a Drewski fan. I just think that he has the honus, huh?
The wholeness.
We have the hoyness.
Okay.
To do things that nobody else can do. If there's anybody else that can do something, this man could dress up like a woman and nobody's gonna say nothing about him. There's gonna be like, oh, that's Drewski.
Oh, go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
May I?
He is the version, this generation's version of what my man Jim Carrey was.
Here's what I'm gonna say. The reason that I say Desi, and this goes back to our conversation at the beginning of the episode, where you're like, man, people just don't be knowing. Desi has so many characters and so many hidden talents that I think the world is about to see that this is why this is a great conversation. Now, what could happen is I could see a universe where if we're putting a black somebody in this movie, I can make a case for both of them being in the movie in 2 completely different ways.
What are those 2 ways?
The 2 different ways are, one, you could have Drewski be the son and you have Desi be the cousin. Or you could literally have...
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I know, that's crazy.
Or the other way is...
Or maybe it could be just, like, let's not say son, because that makes it sound crazy, right? Because, of course, you know what I'm saying? It's Jim and Courtney, right? So let's just say that these dudes are fanatics of Ace Ventura.
Okay, I love this. Where's this going?
You know what I'm saying? So now if they're looking at it, it's like, oh, I want to be just like this guy. And now it turns into a buddy cop.
Yeah.
Are you
Ace
ready?
Ventura type bad boys type situation. And they go out there and they kill the game.
I'm not mad at that either, but this is how I include them both separately. You have one, they were both friends. And then you have them spawn off and have 2 completely different agencies.
For sure.
Right? And
now
in them both and now they're fighting against each other.
A rivalry.
I like that.
A rivalry.
I like
and
that.
Ace has been hired by one and fired by another one.
Oh. Wow.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Right.
See,
right.
I will also say that, like, you know, I mean, obviously, like in the 90s, like Jim Carrey, of course, juggernaut.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, everything he did, like we talked about The Mask, we talked about Ace Ventura, both of those.
But you have to understand too. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say both of them had animated shows.
Yeah, The Mask and Ace Ventura.
And I'm pretty sure the Ace Ventura one did have like an animated like son type character or something like that.
Too.
Yeah. And they also had a movie.
Yeah.
That a lot of people like don't remember that was like Ace Ventura's son.
Yeah.
And it was like a bomb.
Because Jim was
like Ace Ventura Jr.
Yeah, when Jim is let's
Jim
talk about that.
That's what I mean. That's why you would need somebody that's like
it might be better to stay away from that just because it's failed before at the height.
We can't talk over each other. So
sorry.
When we talk about the sequels, Son of the Mask didn't work because Jim wasn't there.
Right.
You can't, and Jamie Kennedy is amazing. You can't take a property that is made popular by somebody, and this happened a lot in the 90s, where they would take a property and then they would go straight to video because they knew they couldn't sell the tickets.
Right.
It's like when Inspector Gadget did the movie with Matthew Broderick, and then the next movie was starring the brother from Third Rock from the Sun.
Mhm.
And it's like, this isn't gonna be the same. And they can go on to do cheaper VHS sequels, but then you talk about the Ace Ventura you're talking about. I had no idea they even made a sequel because once Jim is out of it, everybody a part of it is doing a poor imitation.
Yeah.
Amen.
And that's the difference, as opposed to doing something new and different.
Right.
And I feel like with what we just thought of, that's very different.
Very.
And I feel like it's on brand with what it was back then, because now you look at these people. Think about what Jim Carrey was before, right? Before he was somebody in the black community, like that's that funny white dude,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Now Drewski, somebody he's funny to everybody,
right.
No matter what he does, that's Drewski.
I feel like you work for Drewski at this point. I feel like you're on the payroll.
I'm just saying, I just see him because I mean, did you see him do the
I've seen everything. Have you seen Desi Banks?
I haven't, but I'm not saying no.
Yeah,
I'm just saying Drewski, and then when we put them together, it's like boom, I'm with that.
They both,
but
have
you have to have
talent.
him. You have to have Ace involved in some kind of way.
It's the main way. I'm only. Let me tell you something. I got love for Desi Banks is like a little brother, and I got nothing but love for Drewski.
Yeah.
But my love for Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
They are in this movie.
For sure.
This is Jim Carrey's movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I say this, now going even back to Ace Ventura, we fast forward, we find out that Ace puts it together because he's like, wait a minute. I know Einhorn and Finkel are in this together. Finkel and Einhorn, Finkel, Finkel and Einhorn.
Yeah.
The dog lets his hair, the Shih Tzu gets his hair over the picture of Ray Finkel.
Right.
And he's like, what is Finkel is Einhorn?
Einhorn is Finkel.
And he immediately,
Einhorn is a man.
I kissed him.
Yeah.
Bro, he takes a shower.
Yeah.
He's nude.
Yeah.
He burns his clothes.
Before he gets in the shower.
Before he gets in the shower. He gets all the gum. Like, this is going to change anything. He gets the plunger on his face. He's throwing up all night. Now, this is where I give credit to Sean Young, who played Einhorn. Lieutenant Einhorn. Sean Young, and the name is not helping when you do a movie like this, because you think there's still going to be a boy.
Let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Would she would have got you?
Would she have got me?
Would she would have got you like she got everybody? She got everybody.
But absolutely.
For the record, though, Sean Young is a woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you listen, he said it with a question in there.
I'm just like, that is a woman.
Because they did try to do something to her makeup when she came out that water.
Bro, they did. It looked.
They did some extra,
like a sea monster type thing.
Yeah.
But I had to go. I Googled because I looked at the cast list there and I was like, whoa, is this really? Because it's 94. If this had been a man, you're like, this is great surgery.
No, absolutely.
And
a whole different thing.
Amazing.
No, that is a
so
woman.
The funny thing is, and I didn't catch this as a kid. As a kid, when they turned Finkel around, Einhorn, and you see the back of her drawers.
Oh, you didn't know what was happening.
It looked like, in the movie theater as a kid, it looked like a roll of quarters.
Yeah.
As an adult, when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, they recreated a man's member.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's crazy. And every one of the cops spit because she had kissed them
Even
all.
the girl.
Even the
girl spit. Like, oh my God.
This movie was so great. So
also,
go ahead.
To have that type of meat.
You're crazy. You're
Einhorn
crazy.
had.
I'm not doing it.
Come on. Had that anaconda.
Wow.
To be that strong to where it's that high?
Are you ready for the villain?
that high?
Wait. You think about the image. Look at the image. It was crazy. I'm sorry. The villain.
Are you ready for the villain in the movie?
Yes.
The villain of Ace Ventura.
Come on.
You might think it's Finkel. You might think it's Einhorn.
No.
You might think it's their parents.
No.
The villain of Ace Ventura was Dan Marino.
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino was the villain.
I can see that.
And I'm going to tell you why. Let me explain.
Go ahead.
He's the villain of the movie because had he been a better teammate to Ray Finkel after that discouraging, horrible loss, had he have backed him with the press, had he have said, hey man, we'll get him next time, Had he even stopped the dolphin team from making this dolphin
Oh wow.
learn how to kick a ball,
Jesus.
and they gave the dolphin his number.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
Had you stopped that as the star of the team, Dan
Yeah.
Marino,
Yeah.
none of this would have happened. Dan Marino is the villain of Ace Ventura.
That's probably true.
He deserves
I
what he
can't
got.
go with that.
You can't go with that?
Can't go with that.
Who you think the villain is?
Because who cares about kickers?
Wow.
You have one job.
Wow.
You kick the ball, it goes through the goalpost. We get 3 points, we get 1 point. Shut up and kick the ball, kicker.
Who's the villain?
But the laces should be out.
The villain is Snowflake.
What? How is Snowflake the villain?
Without Snowflake, there's no movie. That's the first thing.
That's
There's no Ace
crazy.
Ventura. And that was, the big thing about it was he didn't even care. When if you watch the end of the movie,
Yeah.
Snowflake kicks it. He's like, yeah, I did that. When Dan Marino comes out, what does he do? He saved that man, and he still looked at him like,
He did say,
I'm not here for Dan. I'm trying to save Snowflake. No Snowflake, this crime doesn't even get solved. Dan Marino doesn't even have the career that he has.
Dan Marino just gets killed.
He's out of here.
If
Einhorn-
he doesn't take the dolphin.
Einhorn is gone. Matter of fact, Einhorn just stays doing the thing.
Right.
Helping people in the underworld.
in the underworld.
Huh? Because remember the guy that she had working for him?
Yeah.
He's like, she keeps us out of jail.
Keeps us out of
Right.
jail.
Right.
They just keep on going, living a life of crime.
Right.
And she keeps running off, kissing people. And when people find her member, she kills them.
That's true. I feel bad for Roger the Predactor because he found out the hard way.
That was foul.
That was crazy.
He
But also,
found out the hard way.
no pun intended.
Wow.
Here's the question.
Wow.
Did Ace Ventura kill those henchmen? Because
They didn't.
You didn't see them again.
I think they got it.
I don't think
No.
so.
he
I don't
threw
know.
that boat anchor at them.
Yeah,
And
but-
we didn't see them again, bro.
That's true.
He said
but-
night. I think they were just knocked out.
Yeah.
That's
what
not
I
how you
think
knocked
so.
out.
I'm thinking I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna err on. I'm just gonna lean towards severe concussion.
Okay. So the hero
CTE.
of Ace Ventura is Martha. Had it not been for Martha recommending that they call Ace Ventura,
Yeah.
this movie would have never happened
That's
in the first
true.
place.
Wow.
That's true.
Martha had 3 little lines and she got up out of there, boy.
Wow.
Hero
There
of
it
the
is.
movie.
I like that.
Who are you giving the Zelly to? Who gets the Zelly of Ace Ventura?
Can I say the hero of the movie is the little Shih Tzu?
I'm listening.
He don't find out that that's Finkel or Einhorn without that Shih Tzu going and laying down on the thing.
That's a great take.
Gave that little wig.
That's hilarious.
He said, "Oh,
Y'all are
you know what I
wild.
mean? Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Okay.
The Zelly for me goes to Ace Ventura.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
That's the right
Ace
answer.
Ventura carried this movie.
100%.
Jim Carrey was phenomenal. To this day, this movie holds up.
For
It's
sure.
hilarious from beginning to end.
We got a sequel with Juicy and Desi. That's
You
crazy.
are wild.
Who are you giving the Wesley to?
Who? You know what? I'm gonna give the Wesley to Courtney Cox.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give it to Courtney Cox.
Okay.
Just because I do feel like she helps move this movie along. I definitely agree with you in the sense that the Zelly needs to go to Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give the Wesley to Courtney Cox.
You know,
Okay.
she really did command the screen when she was on it.
She
You know,
did.
those big, beautiful blue eyes.
Yes.
Big beautiful blues.
I don't know what she did
You
for
thought
the
I was
team.
gonna go somewhere
You know I
else. She ain't got no big, beautiful nothing, but eyes. Okay, let's just go ahead and say that.
I'm gonna give this movie 5 Eddie Murphys
5 Eddie Murphys
out of 5.
out of
I'm
5.
talking about 4 Nutty Professors.
Come on now,
and a boomerang.
and a boomerang.
Yeah, this movie
Wow.
gets a perfect score from me for standing the test of time, being hilarious from beginning to end,
Okay.
and not making it long. They
Mm.
got in and they got out.
I'm gonna have to give it 5 Eddie Murphys as well.
I love it.
I'm talking 3 Nutty Professors
Oh,
and 2 Milans.
2 Milans.
2 Milans.
Yeah. See, Milan is Eddie Murphy's movie where he just funny,
Yeah.
just throwing bars out there. And I feel like this movie had the bars.
Okay,
That man was throwing funny all around in this
just
movie.
before Shrek. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
How many Eddie
Captain's
Murphys?
love.
So listen,
That was perfect.
You know,
I'm gonna preface what I'm about to say by saying I definitely feel like this movie has its moments.
You think I feel like I'm gonna throw something
I
out.
do too.
Listen,
Yeah, get that.
I'm not the green phone. Not the green phone. Listen, we just discovered that last week. No. Listen, I'm gonna have to give Ace Ventura 3 Eddie Murphys out of 5.
Hold on.
I know.
Hold on.
I know. I know.
Wild.
I had to hang the phone up on him.
I think they're gonna be like because honestly, this is the first movie that we've watched from my perspective that didn't hold up as
didn't
well.
hold up.
Why didn't it hold up?
No, it has its moments.
Tell us why.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you.
We're listening.
I'm gonna tell you. So, like this joint is a lot of slapstick, right? Which I don't mind, and I definitely feel like it's peak rubber face Jim Carrey, and I love that. At the same time, I feel like that doesn't hold up quite as well, 30 years after the fact as it does, as you would hope. Because I'm shocked myself just because I have fond memories of this movie. And I went to watch it thinking like, oh, I'm going to laugh out loud and it's going to be an amazing experience. And when I actually sat and watched it, I was like, there's moments that I remembered that I laughed at, and I still laughed at some of those moments. But some of the others, I was just like, I don't know. Like it's more like crazy? it's more just like physical kind of thing. And I'm like, it doesn't hold up as well. And then also too, the other part is there's a lot of Jim Carrey improvisation, which is fantastic, except for the fact that it doesn't hold up in the sense that like it's not the same kind of improvisation where it's like 30 years after the fact, you can watch it and be like, that's still hilarious. Like this fool's in the fish tank doing a full episode of Star Trek. If I'm born after 1986, I don't know who any of those people are.
But you're not.
Well, no, I know I'm not. But I'm just saying, I'm just talking about the whole. Look, this fool he made a Love Boat reference.
Who is he speaking for?
No. And at the end, and the last thing is at the end, they do the whole crying game thing. And I'm just like, that's technically not a joke. It's just like a little like, anti
what?
I did not know starting this episode this was gonna be Lawrence's last episode.
So I'm here for good.
Yeah.
God bless and good night, good people. Listen.
I had no idea.
I was shocked myself, but that's how I felt. I was just like, ugh, like it felt weird at the end.
You said anti what now?
Nope, don't answer it now.
Yeah.
I will say this has been a fire episode, man.
It has been. I agree.
We had some good times.
I'll miss you all.
Yes. What's coming up for you, man? How can they find you?
Listen, Mary Young on social media at Mary Young. If you want to talk comics, Fantastic Forum every Wednesday night, 6:30 Pacific. Come check us out.
I love that. What's coming up for you, my guy?
New social media, the new Mary Young. We're getting this guy out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Damn
Love
it,
it.
Ken.
And that's it. I'm still out there looking for things.
Love that. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you guys' help. I need y'all to look in the description of this video. I need you to click subscribe on CT Reviews Full EPS. Okay?
Yes.
Full EPS. CT Cinema Clips. Make sure you guys subscribe to that. Expanding the Universe. Appreciate you guys so much. I will see you guys next week with another one of my favorites. Team CT all day.